Greetings and welcome to Flavourful Eats. I'm your host, Hamsha Naidu. Joining to me today is Chef Deborah. Her inspiration to cook came from being with her mom as a young child in the kitchen. Being of Puertorican descent gave Deborah that Latin flavor to start with. As years passed, Deborah became more interested in making Deborah's own dishes, cooking for friends, for fun, and also landed a job as a chef, where her customers give Deborah the best feedback. Deborah studied at Le Cordon Bleu. Today, Deborah is going to take us on a holiday with the dishes for a festive meal. Starting off with meatloaf as a main dish, faux meatloaf, mashed sweet potato, asparagus with almonds, some dessert, a drink.
Yes, coquito.
Okay.
A vegan Puerto Rican coquito.
And a samosa roll-up.
Yes, samosa roll-ups also.
So
yes.
We're starting off with the meatloaf, and you tell us all the ingredients that's going in there, and it's a long dish, so we're going to go chop, chop,
yes.
chop, chop.
So we have basically the lentils, we have the chickpeas, the liquid smoke, we have organic tomato paste. I have the mise en place here, well, the red onions, celery. There's going to be a teaspoon of minced garlic that goes with the coconut oil, so we can saute the vegetables, and then we are just going to put it in a bowl and just mix it all together to make a meatless loaf.
We got a very high protein, so that counts.
Yeah, exactly.
With the lentils and the
Definitely.
chickpeas, and so you're using again semi-homemade. So
yeah, everything's semi-homemade. Everything's already cooked, kind of, so you don't have to sit there and let the beans soak overnight. And have to cook them
and
in the
soaking
morning.
overnight helps with the gas issues and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
And there are brands where you don't have to worry about the BPA in the cans and everything else. So
I like using Goya. That's kind of like my favorite, my to-go-to.
It's your mom's.
Yeah, my mom, she's always Goya. So we drain the beans, each can. So you have your 2 beans in the bowl. And then we're going to use actually 6-ounce cans of organic tomato paste. Awesome. Definitely. If you want a quick meal, you're going to have friends over. They tell you, hey, Deb, I'm coming over in an hour. You'll have some ready. And then we're going to heat up our pan. And we're going to use actually the coconut oil. We're going to actually be using at least a teaspoon.
Will you put your garlic already?
Not yet. And then let's say about a teaspoon of garlic in there.
Well, again, garlic to taste.
Yeah.
All seasonings are optional.
So while that is getting fragrant, you start to throw in your red onions.
We have the colors of our rainbow right here.
And that's about a cup. We have the celery, which is green.
Yes.
We have the red tomato paste. All right. This is actually liquid smoke. You take about a teaspoon or 2 of this. Well, actually not a teaspoon, a tablespoon of this. If you wanted to have that liquid smoke to it, it's awesome to use. So what I do is, that's 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of that, and that's it on that. So I like to get the fragrance out of it.
Right.
And then while that is actually getting fragrant and translucent, we can definitely work on the tomato glaze. It's a honey chipotle tomato glaze that goes over the meatloaf. It's chopped chipotle peppers, a can of tomato paste, a 2-ounce can, 6-ounce can again of tomato paste.
Too bad we don't have smell-o-vision here, huh? To get this.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of different ingredients in here.
You said 6 ounces of that?
Of 6 ounces, yep. We'll get you a good size portion just to get the meatloaf covered. And for the chipotle, it comes in a can and they come whole. What I do is dice them up and chop them. So you take about at least a good tablespoon of them because it is spicy. What you want to do is just add, this is about 4 tablespoons of maple syrup.
4 tablespoons.
Yeah. 4 tablespoons of pure honey.
Oh.
That will take. Can get a little messy, guys. We'll have that.
That's the love for cooking, right? You just put all the love in.
And then honestly, that's just what it is. And then you just whisk it together. That is basically the tomato glaze. You're gonna put the onions inside your mixture with the beans. And basically this is the end result of the paste together with the chipotle. That's kind of what you wanna get. We're gonna throw them right in there, those onions and celery. Yep, right in there. So I am gonna throw in my gluten-free panko breadcrumbs, and it has a little bit of Italian seasoning inside of it also.
This is interesting. You got Italian, Puerto Rican, Latin.
Yeah, I give it a little. I like to go international, as I say, as I tell my customers and my clients and my wife too. I'm like, I like to go international, and then a little salt and pepper to taste. It's also sea salt. You want to use sea salt, not no regular salt, just sea salt. So at least 1, 2, 3, and 4 good. And then I'll do the same with the pepper. I do about like 4 little, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, you have a method to all of this.
Yeah, a little method to the madness. What I do is fold it before we pulse it. So you're gonna fold all the ingredients together. One of the most main ingredients in here is the vegan egg.
Oh, right. You made equivalent of 2, correct?
Yes.
Getting this.
Yes, vegan egg. So it's a soy product. You can get it at any local market basket, or even Walmart actually has. So you're just gonna add it into your mixture.
Oh wow! It even looks yellow.
Oh yeah. So this is a hand food processor, which immerser, which my dad gave it to me. Immersion blender, which my dad, I give him.
Gifted to you?
Yeah, he's awesome. He definitely gifted to me. We're gonna just pulse it a little, so that it blends everything together. So there you go. You have your loaf mixture. And then we're gonna grab our pan.
So this is not a traditional loaf pan, but this is what you use.
Yeah, this is what I'm using today. This is not a traditional loaf pan, but we can form the loaf out of it. And since there's the vegan egg in there, everything will hold together, basically. So you take your hands and just mush it together as if you're gonna make a loaf out of it. And just scoop it right into the parchment paper. And you're gonna make a loaf out of it. And this basically is a good serving for about almost 4 people. And then this is basically the honey chipotle tomato glaze, and that's gonna go right on top of the loaf. And we're just gonna spread it right on there.
So you bake this in the oven for about 30 to 45 minutes, correct?
Yeah. So we are preparing the asparagus. That is our next dish.
Asparagus. So you got the asparagus already chopped up and cleaned and everything.
Yeah, it's about, I used about 4 stacks. And then I just cut them in half. And you clean them, you cut the ends, I cut them in half. Throw them in your bowl that you're gonna mix it in. This is a pretty simple dish. You take a little bit of honey balsamic Ken's dressing, gluten-free. I say about half a cup you're gonna put on there. This is about a cup of almonds sliced. I
see why you needed a really huge bowl.
Yeah.
Do you want it to mix it all up, or are you okay?
Yeah,
so instead of people normally do this with green beans, you're doing it with asparagus.
Yeah, and the asparagus is my to-go-to. I love asparagus.
It's really very, very healthy too.
Yeah, and I love balsamic too. Like anything balsamic is awesome.
So you don't necessarily have to have this honey garlic.
It doesn't. It could be even the balsamic, like just straight up balsamic.
But also you get the glazed one, right? I mean the more condensed one too.
Yeah, the thicker one. Yep.
So you don't have all the extra sugar added.
Yeah. So that's why I don't add hardly anything else to it. Maybe a little pinch of salt and pepper, because the balsamic itself already has enough flavor into it. So I just do like a pinch of the sea salt. Pinch, let's see, a pinch. And then we're gonna mix it all together.
Okay, so that's it, huh?
Yeah, and that's it. And then you're just gonna throw it into the sheet pan.
Again, preheated oven for 350.
350 is fine, yeah. I was like, you can use a bigger bowl just in case. All right, so you want to make sure you get
All of it
all
together.
of it on there. The asparagus is going to take about 15 minutes.
Okay.
So we're going to do the sweet potato now.
Right.
All right, we'll bring this over.
So we have the water boiling, and you had a very neat tip about the water.
Yes, so
You said you put salt to boil quickly.
yeah, so usually I put like a good pinch or a teaspoon of salt in there, so it makes the water rise and it makes it boil a little quicker. If you want anything to boil a little faster. So in this one, we're gonna put the sweet potatoes. I used about like 6 and just cut them up into smaller portions so that it boils a little quicker. Yeah, so we're just gonna drop them in, and since the water's already kind of boiling. Watch it, Hamsha. Let me not, splash you.
No,
And then this is light brown sugar, which when those are done, we are gonna do some brown sugar, cinnamon, some sea salt, and pepper inside the mixture once it's done inside the mash. So we're just gonna let those boil.
Well, okay.
And then,
We'll be right back.
yeah, we'll be right back.
You now brought up another kind of a loaf.
Yes.
Which is made, you're calling it a muffin?
A portobello muffin loaf. So
Okay.
we're gonna actually put these, saute them all together. You wanna cook your portobellos with your onions and your ingredients together. We're gonna basically mush them together just like we did just like we did the lentils and chickpea loaf. And then we're just gonna put it in muffin tins instead of a loaf.
Okay.
And we'll glaze it over with the tomato glaze and then bake them again for about like 15, 20 minutes. These don't take that long either. So you're gonna basically start off with your coconut oil again. Teaspoon.
There's celery, carrot, and
This one's a little different, yeah, and
this is
the
quite
ingredients,
hot.
yeah. So it's So it's basically celery, carrots, onion, and we're gonna saute those till they are translucent. As they get translucent, we're gonna add the mushrooms after.
Yeah, well, the next one you have is an appetizer, samosa appetizer.
Yeah.
You have the ingredients ready, right? You want to start it?
Yeah, so I could definitely start that up too. I have
Okay.
the ingredients for that.
So we're doing concurrent things here. We are boiling the sweet
Yep.
potatoes to make a sweet potato mash. We are cooking this carrots, celery, and onions, frying it till translucent for a mushroom muffin. And then she has her water going here for her regular potatoes, which is being very creative and doing
Yeah,
a
we don't
different-
need too many potatoes for the samosas. So
Right, so you're
just
doing
a
an
few.
appetizer,
Yeah.
which is a pinwheel samosa. So again, a faux samosa, but that'll do. So you use golden potatoes,
Yeah,
correct?
these were golden all-purpose potatoes. And as those look a little already translucent. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour in these are about three heads of portobello.
Portobello mushrooms. So, Deborah, seeing that you're now a professional chef, and I know you're already working as a chef, what's your aspiration and plans, and what are you really thinking long term?
On long term, I would love to open up actually my own restaurant and catering business at the same time.
I can see you can do that very well.
Yeah, I would love to open my own restaurant and cater. I love to cater to anyone too. Like, I just don't want to make my food just for one particular ethnicity. I'd like to bring my dishes around the world, put it that way. Beautiful dishes around the world.
In a short time, you've already done so many things.
Oh, yeah.
You're very efficient, which is perfect.
I try my best. So we're gonna try to poke these and see what's going on with these. All right.
So our meatloaf is ready, so you're taking it out. We put this ahead of time so that we can finish on time. That's the asparagus already, and that's your meatloaf. You show the meatloaf too.
And this is what the meatloaf will look with the tomato glaze right on top.
Okay.
The mushroom should be all set.
Just about done, right?
Yeah, they should be just about done. You can start
So
our cooking.
in the meantime, you're going to do your cooking. Just in the interest of time, I know it seemed like we're doing everything at one time. We're boiling our sweet potatoes. We're boiling our potatoes for appetizer. We're doing this for a main meal. You're now going to do your dessert.
Yes.
So you're doing
like that.
using Earth Balance vegan butter.
Yeah, so we have
And you're adding brown sugar to it. And you have
Light brown sugar.
gluten-free all-purpose flour there, correct?
all-purpose flour, gluten-free. There is also a tablespoon of baking powder and a tablespoon of baking soda in here too.
Of course, you had room temperature this, right?
Yes, so it was already room temperature, so it's nice and soft. That's why I'm like, it's not gonna take too long. We have your vegan egg replacement again. That's basically 2 eggs. And drop that in there. Now I gotta add the garlic.
Especially with mushroom.
So it'll be 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar.
Did you have condensed milk in there?
No, not at all.
Oh, that is coconut milk.
That is, it's gonna be a cup of almond milk. Yep.
Okay.
Almond extract, 1 teaspoon.
You're using almond and vanilla?
And vanilla
Okay.
extract. So it's 1 teaspoon of each in there. And you wanna throw in half your chips. You can throw in now. And then as you're done and scooping the cookies out, you wanna throw
In more?
basically on top and just smush them so like that it'll give it a nice look.
Oh, that's the egg.
Yeah, that's the egg. Yeah, the egg, right? The egg
Yes.
looks like condensed milk. Mix that in a little bit. Yeah, you're gonna fold it a little, and then we're gonna use my mixer. You wanna just mix it on the lowest level you got.
You don't want to make a mess around.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
And since they're gonna be Christmas themed, you're gonna throw some Christmas sprinkles in there, okay?
oh, wow.
Just enough to, you know, have the flavor and the color of Christmas. And then we're gonna mix it in again. All right, we got our cookie mix. And we're gonna take a sheet pan with some parchment paper. So we take our little scoop.
This is ready?
Portobellos are definitely got ready. So this is basically a 1.5 teaspoon. Tablespoon, sorry. 1.5 tablespoon scoop.
I can do that if you'd like to do something else.
Yeah, I can start the portobello loaves
Right.
if you like. All right. So the portobello loaves, we're gonna take the mixture we just sauteed, put it in a bowl. So we're gonna add the panko breadcrumbs to the mixture. So we're gonna add 1 vegan egg to this. Mixture.
I'm putting this into the oven
Yes.
at 350.
About 350 for
15.
5 minutes. It's 10 minutes, so 5 minutes for one, and then rotate it for 5 more
Okay.
minutes. Yeah. So you're gonna use a muffin tin after, all right? So we have
Yes.
everything in place. I like to basically fold everything first before I emulse it. And we're gonna do the same thing we did with the lentil loaf, the vegan loaf. We're gonna do the portobello.
Oh,
Same
wow.
thing. I'm going to turn this off. Yeah, so now we're gonna take our muffin tin with our portobello mixture, make muffins out of it, and then we're gonna bake them. I am gonna spray just a tiny bit of vegetable oil, just in case, so they don't stick. You wanna make a little ball out of them, and then push them into the muffin tin together.
Out of 3 portobello mushrooms?
Yeah, out of 3 portobello mushrooms. So I'm gonna brush them a little bit with the tomato glaze that we had earlier. The loaves are ready to go in the oven also.
Okay. Now we
Alright.
have that one ready and ready for the
Yeah,
oven. So
ready
once
for
ready
the
is the
oven.
oven. So I think your potatoes are maybe ready now. You want to have a
Yeah.
look?
Yeah, these are definitely,
Ready.
yeah, these are ready.
Be careful.
No worries.
There we go.
So I like to
Okay.
add 1 cup of almond milk to this recipe. So we'll do a 1 cup of almond milk,
Thank you.
or half a cup actually. So we're gonna take our mix that we had earlier with the brown sugar, the light brown sugar, the cinnamon, the salt, the pepper.
What did you add there? What is
Brown
it?
sugar, cinnamon, salt, pepper.
Oh, the brown sugar mint.
Yeah. And you know what it is that I use, the way that I use the teaspoon,
Okay.
it was a small teaspoon. All right, so the mash is good to go.
The magic of TV.
Yeah. I know, right?
You made more to feed the family, to feed everybody, the
Yeah,
crew
so
in the
this is
studio.
basically how it's gonna come out.
And this is, she's just going to add the both together, she said.
Yeah.
She's just going to mash it.
I'm just gonna push that in
Yes.
there and then mash it all together.
So you,
So get the mash.
uh-huh. You're going to
All right.
reheat this mash before serving?
Yep.
And
we'll
then
put
you're
that on
going
the
to go
side.
with your next dish?
Will be the samosa potatoes.
Right, go
So we'll do
ahead.
the samosa mix. Yeah. So we're
So
gonna
this is cooked?
Yeah, so these we will drain out. And since this is a small pot, I believe we could just mash it in there.
So that's our last thing we're actually making, right?
Yeah, so we could put that aside if you like.
So we're doing a nice gluten-free, peanut-free coconut macaron to look a little bit like a snowball.
Yep. Basically, coconut flakes are used, condensed milk, coconut condensed milk.
Sweetened condensed milk.
And then it's basically 4 different ingredients. Condensed milk, the coconut flakes, vanilla extract, and then all-purpose flour also.
Gluten-free, all-purpose flour.
Gluten-free,
So
all-purpose
show them
flour.
quickly how you're doing
And
this
this is
one, yeah.
basically what
How
the
it's
mix
all
is.
mixed together.
And then you
and
just
we have the recipes online, so we
yeah.
want it.
So this is basically what it will come out to once you put it together. And then you want to at least roll it into a good ball. These look delicious, smell delicious.
This would almost look like you used a cup or something.
I
You
know,
did
right?
such a good job with it.
And then they take about 10 to 15 minutes, it says.
So seeing that takes 10 to 15 minutes, and this also takes 10 to 15 minutes. We'll put
Yep.
it all together in the oven.
Yep.
The mushroom muffins and this.
The mushroom muffins, yeah.
And then we have one more after that, right? You're just doing the
One more, and that's, I'm sorry, that's the samosa mix, and that's it.
Oh, Deborah's really making a feast because today we've got some invited guests for our show to join us at our festive table. So she's really going all out with this one.
Oh, yes.
So
Wash my
we
hands.
got that one. We're going to put that in the oven and this in the oven.
Yep. Now we have the samosa pin-ups, the pin rolls. All right. We're going to do the chutney real quick first, and then we're going to mash these up, okay? So the chutney comes with a little bit of ginger.
Oh, you got a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
use-
ginger going there for the party.
All
The,
right. Yep. So you're going to, at least that's about 1 clove of ginger or 1 stalk of ginger. I'm going to do about 1 teaspoon and 1 teaspoon of cilantro and mint.
that
in
looks
there
like more like a
also.
tablespoon to me. Yeah, okay.
Teaspoon. Once it gets together, it'll
Yes, that's
it'll
true.
be a teaspoon.
It's
Yeah.
a teaspoon minced.
Yeah, once it minces.
Yes.
And then we're gonna do lemon juice, and then all our spices, which is coriander, cumin, a little chili powder with paprika, and a little turmeric.
Chili powder, paprika. Wow.
We'll throw that in there.
Some lemon juice.
Lemon juice. Let's say a tablespoon of it.
Fresh spice first.
Yeah, so this spice is actually going to be added to the samosa potato.
Potato,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's going to give the samosa potato its flavor.
So you're roughly chopping it.
Yeah, so we roughly chop it.
It smells really good.
A little bit too big. It's perfect. So there you go. You have your mix there. So I'm going to smush down the potato.
Oh, those are nice potatoes smashed in no
Perfect.
time.
Oh,
Yes.
perfect. And then we're going to add a little bit of our green
Spices.
mint. It's a green mint chutney. So we're gonna
Oh,
throw a
right,
little
because
bit-
it's mint and
Yeah.
coriander.
And then a little salt and pepper.
Okay, so
And
this is
is
all ready.
basically
So you're calling the samosa wraps?
Yeah, so there's samosa
pinwheels.
Yeah, samosa pinwheels, those would be the appetizer. And they come with the little hot and sweet chili chutney also on the roll-up. So it gives it a little spice to it. Put all of this together. Like that'll be it. So we have gluten-free wraps. Want to use gluten-free. So what you want to do is just basically with a spoon or any type of scoop, scoop out the potato, and you want to mush it. Yeah.
That's an interesting chutney.
I actually went to a market down the street from my house that sells all types of Indian spices and oh yeah.
Any particular reason why you chose Indian spices?
I love cooking actually Indian food.
So you try to do it, but you got a variety today.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did. I tried to bring a little bit of everybody's ethnicity into it. Spicy, so you just want to roll it up tight. So it's a pinwheel. And then you just want to slice them. You always want to tuck your fingers in, definitely. Tuck that thumb in. What do you think? One more?
Yes.
All right, so we'll do one more.
But no, that is a red chili.
That should be good right there.
That's interesting how it came out like only on one side, huh?
Yeah.
But it definitely gives more color.
There you go.
So you're going to tell us what drink you're making right now.
All right, right now I'm making it's a Puertorican coquito, which is a traditional drink that we celebrate with every holiday. Well, not every holiday, just Thanksgiving and Christmas. I am making a vegan version of it. Usually it's made with dark rum, but I am making it with my favorite, which is Patron. And we're gonna do vegan and gluten-free options also with this one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with, you can buy this at any market like Walmart or Market Basket. I use basically cream of coconut. You're gonna use two 15-ounce cans of cream of coconut. So it is a coconut.
And apparently these days you add.
It is like an eggnog, basically. Put it that way.
Okay.
Like an eggnog, a coconut eggnog. Got it. All right, that's one.
I'm gonna pour some before the citron is put on.
Oh, okay. A vegan, I'm sorry, a virgin one for you? All right. All right. So 2 of those.
So it's 2 cream coconut.
All right, coconut milk. So that's a 13.5 can of coconut milk. I'm gonna only do 1 can of the dairy-free condensed because we already had the sweet cream.
Oh, this cream is already sweetened?
Yeah, it's already sweet. So
if you don't have a sweetened cream, then you'll use 2 cans of the, if you're using dairy.
Yeah.
But you said that you keep this for a long time before
you can. So the alcohols will kind of makes it not like get so thick. But if you do it without alcohol, it does tend to get thick. And if you want it, you could just add a little more coconut milk to it and it loosens it back up.
So you keep this for like a week before you drink it?
A week. You could even freeze it for like a year.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I have an aunt of mine that likes to freeze it for 2 years. So I have a plant-based coconut drink. Yeah, it's just a drink. It's like a coconut beverage, but it's a plant-based. So instead of using regular milk or cream or anything like that, this would be the substitute to it. So what I do is like a half a cup of it.
Okay, so not too much.
Not too much, because we already have so much coconut in there. Then we're gonna do vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon. Ooh, I might go a little over, it's all right. It's all right to go over a little bit. A little almond. Almond. That's also a teaspoon also. And then we're gonna do our cinnamon and nutmeg, and this will be the virgin version of it.
Right, nutmeg and cinnamon is what you get the eggnog, right?
Yeah.
People can use a soy egg now to add the smell, right?
Yeah.
But you have the recipe there,
Yeah,
right? For everybody
yeah. So
to-
I have a recipe for
people that are interested.
detailed and everything. Yeah, of how much how much quantity of everything. I like to have a loose hand sometimes and add a little extra. So if it does come down to it, if you like your sweetness, why not go for it? Throw a little hand in there. All right. So we are gonna blend this. This is a virgin version of it. Oh, it'll be nice if I put the towel on. So we'll blend it for about a minute or. You're supposed to let it sit for a little bit.
You're just going to put a little bit there. That's good. And now you can
And
add
then you
your
just
alcohol.
let it sit right there. All right, and it'll
It's
thicken,
sitting
okay?
right there.
All right. So on this one with the alcohol.
Oh, so you leave it to sit for a week so it thickens.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to let it sit so it
And it
thickens.
stays in the fridge so it thickens better. Do you need a cup for that?
I do need a cup, at least a full cup, 1 cup.
One
So 1 cup of Patron or whatever rum or liquor you like to add to it.
So you put a little less than a cup.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like 200
I don't
ml.
want to kill nobody either. I want it until it blends all together. All right. And then our
Okay.
finishing product will come out. So our finishing product will come out like this. It does thicken up after about an hour of refrigeration. So you want to at least put it in the refrigerator for at least an hour so that it gives it that thickening. And then you can keep it up to like a week or even a year if you like frozen. And pull it out whenever it's Christmas or Thanksgiving. As you see, it's thick. It's like an eggnog.
So you just need a little bit, not too much, right?
Just a little bit. You don't even need too much of it.
Are you mixing your one you fermented a little bit and
Yeah,
this
so it
one?
waters it down a little bit. Since this one's already watered.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. So we're good to go.
Deborah,
Yes.
you've done it.
I'm sure I did. All right.
A little bit
We finished.
semi-homemade within 2 hours.
Yeah.
We have a
About.
nice, really good feast on the table.
Awesome.
We started off with the
Meatloaf.
so-called
Well, the vegan loaf, how I call it. Not meatloaf, because obviously there's no meat.
It's a lentil loaf, really.
Lentil loaf,
And
there
then
we
a
go.
mushroom muffin.
Yep, the mushroom muffins.
So you can either have that as your main meal or that.
Yep.
I forgot about we started off, you are calling this samosa pinwheel.
Yeah, there's samosa pinwheel with hot and sweet chili chutney.
Right, so that's the appetizer. And that's our main meal together with our sides, which is sweet potato mash and the asparagus and...
Balsamic roasted asparagus with toasted almonds.
Thank you. And we have cookies and macarons, some of the peanuts, some without peanuts, and this is totally gluten-free.
Yes, dairy-free, gluten-free. So
A little bit of sugar.
A little bit of sugar, yeah.
And
Not
then...
too much. And then our main ingredient, which is our coquito, which is our drink, our eggnog, our vegan Puertorican eggnog. So that is a delicious treat at the end with our cookies and even our pinwheel or our meal. So,
Well, thank you all for joining me on this culinary adventure. A beautiful feast. And thank you again, Deborah.
welcome. Thank you for having me.
As you know, this is called Flavourful Eats. We have the flavors of all the countries right here. Always available on ActonTV.org, on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you enjoy what you see so that you don't miss out. From the lovely Deborah, any last words?
I just want to thank you very much for having me on the show. You guys, I hope you guys appreciate it and like the presentation, even the meal when you come and try it.
Yes, and you just don't do, it's not vegetarian.
Yeah.
Because of our show, you're doing vegetarian.
Yes.
But you tried very hard to even make it gluten-free. That wasn't
Yeah.
the criteria, but
Yeah.
you've done vegan plus gluten-free.
Yeah, so.
And normally with gluten-free, you have a lot of preservatives and things, but I've been observing and noticed that that wasn't the case. You've done a brilliant job trying to bring this gluten-free with as less preservatives as you can. Quite semi-homemade for the very busy housewife if you want to try it, or the working mother, I should say. And everybody needs extra time these days.
Yeah,
But at
definitely.
any time, you are available to help
Yeah.
chef, cater,
Yeah, I am.
You have all
I do
the
catering on the side. If you guys ever need any, I am international with all my dishes. I also do cooking lessons. If you guys need any cooking lessons, private chef. If you need a private chef, hey, I'm the one.
How do we contact you?
I do have business cards, and I do have a Facebook page. It's called AO Yummers Unique Catering.
Again?
AO Yummers.
Yummers.
Yummers. Yummers.
Oh, okay.
Unique Catering. I do have that Facebook page, and then you can also on Instagram. I also just it's under construction right now, but I also have a page coming along. It's called AO Yummers Catering.
And an email address at all?
If you guys want to reach me, you can reach me at my email. It's DE Ortiz, ORTIZ 87@gmail.com. That I do have.
And okay, always available. Messenger on Flavourful Eats. I guess.
You can message me on Facebook, Instagram, on my email, and I'll definitely answer.
So private catering for just about anywhere. I met you at a private catering at a barbecue. So
private caterings,
and it was
weddings,
marvelous.
big events, little events. I'm actually just trying to outreach myself out there. So, I'm trying to put all my products out there. I don't just, like she said, I don't just cook vegan. I'm a carnivore myself, so I like my meat too. So
you just cater for just about any taste, any need, and everything.
You let me
as
know.
a professional chef.
Yep.
So from the lovely Deborah, cheers.
Cheers.
I'm your host, Hamsha Naidu. Happy holidays. Till we meet again. I know, after cheers, we're supposed
I know,
to
right?
drink. Yeah,
cheers. I was waiting for it. And Chef Deborah.
And we have some guests that's going to join us for the meal. That was delicious. So we're going to be going to our Christmas table, which was very well laid out by Deborah.
All right.
And that's one of her ways she also caters, doing layouts and everything. So we get back to our table. So Deborah, you've done it. You've really done a great feast here, a nice vegan feast. You did not put the appetizers, so I'll do the honors of passing the appetizers. The ones on the sides are hotter. The ones on the inside. This is Claude, our very well-known chef of Acton, French chef. This is Amy. This is Paul. And this is Sumana. And of course, this is Deborah.
Thank you.
We forgot to bring our cups, but cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
And buen provecho, how we say it in Puerto Rico, which means, have a good meal. Buen provecho. Thank you.